Whatever's going
Alright.
on over there.
Oh. The dialogue was interrupting me.
Looks pretty rock and roll to me.
Let's go. Alright, so today is Sunday, April.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Kinda should.
Welcome to the Adventurers
Let me
Guild.
edit the thing real quick. How do I edit this in taskbar settings? 1 second. System icons. I'll do this later. I don't know why I'm doing that now. Happy Rise of the Lich Day. Yes. It's nice to see see some good old Lich representation out there. Most famous self-rising necromancer. But yeah, today we got a couple battle pass things I want to solve. We got, let me see. So, after Dailies, which will be about like 300 more or whatever, we will have about 400 left. Actually, we won't have any left because we'll have, well, our original resin will complete the rest of it. But I will be doing the 3 bounties because I do want to get the money associated with that. But we're going to spend about 4 of, or we're not going to do rocks. I kind of want to play Warhammer more than I want to farm rocks. But we will spend some of our daily energy on this right here. That way we get some rocks. But yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. I forgot. Let's check in to see if my mic was working. But yeah, just a lot of fun things we're gonna do. Probably just play Warhammer for ideally the rest of the day. We'll see how that turns out. Not very good about keeping my promises when it comes to playing games as strenuous as Warhammer, but we'll be doing a whole new campaign rather than starting the other one halfway through, so it'll be a little bit more, you know, freeform and fun. Oops, we forgot to melt this guy's shield before we ulted with Zinni. I've completed my set in Monster Hunter. I'm very demotivated now to finish any remaining content. Well, that's a good thing, is whenever you feel like playing Monster Hunter, you can just go back. Although I guess there's nothing exactly stopping you from going back and, you know, playing the older Monster Hunters, though. Which is a big kind of downside to having a less than enthusiastic sequel. Okay, so we have a choice between Diona Rocks or Fischl Rocks. I think we want to do Fischl because she's kind of a...
I created another
Yeah. I know Fischl. You've done a lot of things for me. So we're gonna do rocks. I'm gonna do the traditional farming route, which makes my time codes really fucking ugly, but who cares? Half of my time codes is gonna be I play Warhammer. But we're gonna do the fight the boss and then go do random distractions for about a couple minutes and then go back to fight the boss. Simply because that will cause the boss to respawn. It's better than waiting around. Come on, guy, fight me.
Booba, get them! Pyrotechnics! No touching!
That's a pretty good little combo right there. Nothing crazy, but definitely damage. I think we can get away with this ult right now. It's generally a bad idea, but we get to lay in a couple more hits right here. Minecraft boss, yeah. Good old memories of the Wither.
Nice and spicy.
Damn. Alright, well, we got one combo left, which is good.
Barbados, guide us.
Unfortunately, we're using up all of our... Oh, actually, no. We have
Race you.
Zinni's ult and Jai Lang's ult as well to speed this process up.
Go as one.
Hey, look at that. That's what a one cycle's supposed to look like, and not just me scrambling for fucking damage. Of course, we didn't get very many good rocks, but that's okay. So while that is recharging, we're gonna go over here and fight this guy. New day, new challenge. We're gonna see what kind of bizarre requests they make of our team. Art of the Cannonball. During this challenge, plunging attacks will transfer the impact your body absorbs to the entire ring. Release powerful shockwaves in this manner, increase the damage of your next plunging attack. The Art of the Cannonball. Alright, alright. Well, that's let's see. We'll get a let's get... Well, we got Zinni. That's enough. We'll have Zinni jump up in the air and do cannonballs down. Let's see, do we get an amino? Yeah, we do. So we go up and then we go down. That's a good, okay-ish 2k hit, but I can kind of do more damage by pressing buttons than I can do by doing that.
Out of the frying pan.
We'll save this ult for the next, what's it
Focus.
called? Next run. Although this is giving me a... Oh, never mind. Apparently I can't use that in combat. I never knew that I couldn't use the,
Barbados. Guide us.
what's it called? I can't use the, Kraden air current thing in combat. I always thought I was capable of that, but apparently not. Alright, well. This attack does more damage if I manage to hit them.
Try till I'm dead.
There we go. Easy damage.
Barbados. Guide us. Go as one.
These are fun. I like whenever they add stuff like this or whatever, where it's literally just, you know, beating a bunch of people to death.
Out of the frying pan.
Because it just makes the game fun, you know? The game is really fun whenever you're just like chaining ults together and using all your people's abilities. Did I claim all these? I claimed all these. Alright. Difficulty 2. This one requires less time.
All hail.
Or well, it will prevent me to spend less time.
Wind, hear me. Access denied.
Get Zinni's ult up, or ult shield up during the ice storm. That guy's dead.
Out of the frying pan. It's
Oh my god, Ganyu's ult is already back. That's awesome.
go as one.
I'll take that shit.
Guide us. Access denied. Pyrotechnic. Amp it up.
Easy peasy.
Go as one. No touching.
Alright. Her ult will be back next run. There we go. But just wanted to get a couple more easy kills at the end there. That way we can, when we start the next stage, we can immediately just ult one after another.
I swear by my sword.
Get this up in the air. John Ling's ability down, so she's constantly dealing damage there. So we have a regular shield up, and we're gonna make that last as long as we can before we swap to triggering Zinni's ult.
Boba, get them.
Alright, Zinni's ult time. It seems like they're spawning less people, or at least I'm not killing them in the right order to make it work.
Feel the beat.
We'll just do a quick down smash.
Wind, hear me.
Alright.
For Rex Leopard.
We're getting a little bit fucking
Feel the beat.
spooky on time, so I'm going to start holding and start running. I want to get this shield back up. I'll take it. Easy.
Nice and spicy.
Barbados, guide us.
Time to rock. No touching.
God, we gotta kill 10 more people. We're really playing this badly.
Power core.
There we go.
This is long overdue.
We gotta kill 6 more, so we just gotta be careful and kill the right people.
Barbados, guide us.
Eat this.
Yeah, alright, Wolf's Greatstone. Trigger a sick attack there.
Access denied.
Unfortunately, this big guy needs to die. So we can't just kill those little guys and count it.
Time to rock.
Ooh, easy ult.
Boba, get
Barbados, guide us.
Come on. Come on. We got it. It's 20 seconds, but I've fucking clutched worse.
Boba, get them. Go as one. No touching.
8 seconds. Ooh, alright. Zinni came in there at the last second and managed to slap the guy to death with his fucking bow. Have people made MMO-esque add-ons for this game? Farming route trackers, DPS meters, etc. Yes, there is a shit ton of information out there. As far as just like farming routes is a big one. There's a lot of like money routes and stuff. Barbados, see, just scream Barbados over and over. She really wants to activate her ult. Yeah, there's a lot of information out there. There's a couple really good DPS calculators as well. People have basically, through trial and tribulation, gone through and figured out what the actual, the way damage is calculated. And, you know, it's not as easy as PoE, but it's definitely... Oh my god, she died. It's not as easy as PoE, but it's definitely, like, there. Numbers-wise, you just have to do a little bit of cheeky math. Oh, jeez. Fighting this boss during the rain is not very easy, because every time you get touched by his electricity, the rain immediately causes you to take extra damage. So we're just gonna pray. Oh boy, that's laggy. That everything goes okay. Oh, that's why that's laggy. I was getting hit by a fucking lightning strike. The game was having trouble calculating all that fucking stupid shit that was happening. Alright, we got...
Born of ice and frost.
We're just gonna use this sword until the sigil on the ground disappears. So when it disappears, we'll swap to Jean. Hey, we got the cycle. Good every single day. Alright, that should go away at the end. We just gotta hit this one. I think Jean's... Yeah, Jean's cooldown comes back the fastest, and then we do this one. Yay! Alright. I'll take those. Getting struck by lightning over and over, and also, you know, dying to just bad gameplay, but... We're doing it. We're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it well. I'm going to do all the dailies, actually. Might as well just do all those real quick while we have the timer for the next boss showing up. Nothing better than turning an enjoyable gaming experience into a spreadsheet simulator, accountant's worst nightmare. See, That's the bizarre thing about it though, is like sometimes that becomes the game for a lot of people. I know in the PoE circle it's really bad, where basically people's most fun that they have is they go through and they plan builds in the the community tool or whatever, and they plan them out and see what numbers they get, and they're just like, cool, and then they close it and they go do something else. Like it's very common, or it's frustratingly common how
Nice and spicy.
little people want to play the game sometimes.
Feel the beat.
But something I was seeing was there's a couple people in the server I'm in for this game that were talking, or that were lamenting the fact that basically what ends up happening is streamers will play this game for like, okay, well, I gotta back it up. This game is obviously like, you know, a live service, you know, one of those games or whatever where it's designed to be played for the rest of your life, and in order to do that, they do like daily timers and stuff to make it so instead of playing the game for like one stint once and then being like, well, I've done all the content, time to leave, you play the game for like, you know, every day for like 10 minutes. When a game grips me, I definitely do that to myself with crowdsourced Google spreadsheets. Yeah. Like what's it called? With Neo or whatever, I had to go through, or I went through the effort of basically trying to figure out a little bit about my build and like, you know, figure out like, okay, what's the most optimal way to play fist build? And once I figured out what the most optimal way was, I was like, well, that seems a little bullshit, and I decided not to even bother. Because sometimes it's really helpful, or that information can be super beneficial or whatever, to be like, oh my god, I'm doing the wrong thing, you know? However, I found that most of the time it just makes you feel like shit. So,
No touching.
playing the game and experiencing it your own way can sometimes just save you a lot of gripes than sitting there and suffering with the whole meta and everything. Probably could have been better about that with Neo. I just hit bad guy with Swordman. See, that's the thing though, is that that's a winning strategy. Something I only learned after picking up the sword and trying it out myself or whatever was how valuable that fucking just-in-time block thing is, where like someone's about to hit you and instead of doing the parry move, you just like pull out a block real quick. Like that kind of thing or whatever, you know, plays out really well and makes the game really exciting. It's something I didn't do as my fist character, because whenever I was in a situation to block something, I just, you know, went for a parry instead. But learning that was a thing. The other problem was I was playing like a, you know, the triple weight character, so my character, or all my armor weighed super heavy, or all my armor was super heavy. So what ended up happening was I would need to do the just-in-time block because I literally couldn't afford to spend the stamina for a parry. Mash X to win. Mash X to win games are good though. They have fun. Everybody loves Mash X to win.
We're way beyond.
Barbados, guide us.
I think a lot of games could probably benefit from the Devil May Cry strategy of the game is very Mash X to win. However, if you want to play the game in a fun way, you have to learn all the actual mechanics about it. But if you just want to beat the game and get to the end or whatever, you know, mashing X to win is perfectly viable. It's like a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you're missing the point of the game. It's like a Neo or whatever. It's just like, you have to interact with the, you know, you have to interact with the yokai abilities. And it's like, well, you can just ignore that entire part of the game. Just use them for stabs. This game is good because you can see what's going on. It is visually clear. Granted, most of the games that I play end up just turning into habit simulators where I just like realize like, oh, I know where the cooldowns are. A lot of Mash X games to win cover the screen and miss particle effects, so you can't see what you're doing. Let's go. So I'll show you the worst of it. We're about to do a slime bubble thing or whatever.
Next on the agenda.
Actually, no, I lied. We're about to, you know, destroy an encampment. Two props or whatever look identical. But I will basically, I'll mash all the alt buttons and I'll show you how particle effecty the game will get if I just mash buttons. Okay, we're gonna get it right about here, I think. Optimal mash button distant, maybe right here.
Blaze over.
Barbados, guide us.
As long as it incentivizes playing it in that way, there's no difference between the stuff you get for spamming light punch and taking time to learn the systems. Just spam light punch. Yeah. It's like a video game, or I can't remember which video game thing or whatever it is. It's like most effective strategy or something. It's named something super utilitarian, and it's so utilitarian I can't think of the actual name. But conceptually or whatever, it's like you put in a strategy like the Halo 1 pistol, right? That's just so easy to use, and the ammo for it is so plentiful that most people don't even bother to, switch off of it for a while. Until eventually you introduce problems that can't be solved by the Halo 1 pistol, like the Flood. Trying to kill the Flood with a Halo 1 pistol is like very difficult because there's so many Flood that you can't reliably kill all of them. I love Zinni has like an explosion, like a couple, I think like maybe either a second or like a quarter second after her ult ends, or not ult, her basic attack chain ends. So you can do cute stuff where you attack them and then at the very end or whatever you turn and face the camera and someone dies behind you. We're gonna fight this guy because he's gonna wake up. But yeah, what's it called? Trying to develop a game so you don't inadvertently cause the player to pick the same... Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Access denied.
Inadvertently pick the same strategy that's also the boringest strategy. Occam's Razor, it applies to games too. If you have multiple strategies that are effective, people are just gonna pick the easiest one without fail. Yeah. I misread that as what's it called? Ocarina of Time initially, and that actually made me think of in Zelda games or whatever how it isn't all that much faster. It is like barely faster to basically just like combat roll everywhere that you go. But because it is slightly faster to combat roll, every player combat rolls everywhere they go. It's like if the running speed was fast enough where that would be a terrible idea, then players would never do it. But because it's literally like, oh, I'm just gonna combat roll everywhere, it's like combat roll easy. It's like the only worthwhile strategy. Is there a thing? Oh, it's a defendy thingy. We'll do it. Thankfully, these guys don't drop any... Well, I say thankfully. Unfortunately, these guys don't drop anything. So, I am perfectly okay with standing 3 kilometers out and firing a bow at them. Oh, speaking of 3 kilometers out, I was considering re-downloading Battlefield 5. I think Battlefield 5 is the World War II one. Spamming light punch is tedious, so a game that makes it the easiest thing to do, I will not complete. Yeah, that's the other thing. If the main gameplay of the game is exceedingly boring, then it makes it really hard to justify beating it, because it's like, well, all I'm doing is boring shit. Of course, that's something that actually happens a lot or that even happens like really good games where people like accidentally. I've heard the term optimize the fun out of it, but you know, there might be like a really optimal strategy. Actually, I think a good example is like Warhammer 2. In Warhammer 2, if you get an army that's strong enough, or at least the game thinks it's strong enough, you can auto-resolve battles to complete them immediately. However, in a game about two giant armies beating the shit out of each other, it's incredibly boring to auto-resolve every fight. And it gets to the point in some campaigns where you're just like hitting auto-resolve to basically skip the boring fights. Right? And it's just like, it gets to the point where you, after auto-resolving like 8 times in a row, you're just like, what am I doing? Like, this is very boring.
Add.
I'm skipping the part, I'm skipping the aesthetic reason, the flavor reason for actually playing the game, and choosing instead just to sit there and auto-resolve my way through everything. But if mechanic descriptions are one paragraph long with a lot of does 200 damage, but if the enemy has a fart affliction, it'll do 1 point, or it'll do a minuscule increased amount of more damage unless it has a toe sass, which will do slightly less damage. Yeah, that's why like PoE's damage formula is so fucking simple, which is one of the reasons why it's so appealing to me. Is like you have your base damage, you have your base damage times increases, then times more multipliers, then times crit damage, and that's it. If the enemy has any like resist against your damage is reduced by that amount. But if you have ways to defeat their resist, then you know you reduce the amount of resist they have, and then boom, you're dealing slightly more damage. But like the formula is just so fucking simple. It's just like
All hail.
you don't have to think too hard about like, oh, I'm doing this wrong because the numbers are weird. I like type multipliers a lot because you can just look at an enemy and think, I am fire, or it is fire, I am water, I will do more damage. Yeah. Like that's actually like a real benefit of like obviously Pokemon exploits that a whole lot. Because it just makes it really easy to do any kind of math in your head where you're just like, okay, I don't have to sit here. Or another thing that's bizarre, right? Is like Pokemon of course has like type multipliers and stuff, but it has like hidden HP values. Like you don't actually know how much health your opponent has. So like whenever you attack them, it's like kind of a, you know, black box situation where you're just like, I don't know how much this is going to do, but I'm confident enough with the way the mechanics are that I know it's going to work out. Pour water on fire, neuron activated. If they make me look for some subtle visual gag like a slight purple flame, then nah. Yeah. Let's go. The most enjoyable games are just ones where it's really obvious what you're doing. And that can like, you know, that can tick people off that have like that enjoy like really subtle mechanics and stuff or bizarro things like that. But there's just something really enjoyable about, you know, I look at that guy. I know what my capabilities are and I know what his capabilities are. And we can just solve this problem right here and now by beating him up. Alright, so that's all that daily energy. For Battle Pass, yeah, I said we'd do the bounties or whatever, and I desperately need money because I have, the game says I have 1.2 million, but I know in reality that means I have nothing. Actually, how much money do I got? I love asking this question because it takes forever to find the answer. Because the game is really weird. Is it here? No. I'll just try to fake upgrade a character and it'll tell me how much money I have. Yeah, 1.2 million. I like Amori mechanics because the descriptions are it does damage and makes enemies sad. I've been getting a lot of recommendations, obviously not on stream because it's a little bit, I wouldn't say heady, but definitely kind of more of a personal game. But I've seen a lot of recommendations to play Amori.
I trust you.
Behold, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung.
It's immune to amino, so we got that.
Let's jam.
Yeah, or what's it called? This bounty thing or whatever. Special traits. They are immune to hydro and amino, so they can't die at all, but they take increased electro, so it's like easy. My team will consist of 2 electro people. It's a very good game, probably my favorite one now. Have you made it all the way through it though?
Creep.
Just about twice? Well, fuck, now I gotta play it. If it's beatable twice or whatever, since the last time we've talked, then yeah, it's probably good. Let's see. Let's see where Steam featured. Let me type in the word. Oh, Mori. Do. Here we go. I will have that for when I'm chilling later. Oh, there it is. Need to get this little mushroom. Tells me valuable information. Like it's a ruin guard. This entire, like, tracking down the guy thing is a very bizarre mechanic. Because it kind of doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because we're literally tracking down, effectively a fucking giant robot. And if we can't figure out where the giant robot is, we should open our eyes. Do not watch any Amori videos on YouTube because you will never stop getting recommended and they will have spoilers in the thumbnail. I will avoid them like the plague. I'll probably try to beat it today because, what's it called? I'm in like the perfect situation where I don't know anything about the game. I've seen a couple of memes about it, right? But the memes don't make any sense because I don't know any of the characters. So, I think from like now till probably Wednesday would probably be the best time for me to beat the entire thing because then I won't just inadvertently spoil anything for myself. It took me 30 hours. Oh boy. Alright, well. I'm probably gonna actually take my time with it because, you know, it has reading inside of it, and reading would be very difficult to do in like a speedy way.
Power core. This is long overdue. Time to rock.
How is the music in the game? I don't think I've heard anyone talk about that.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
No touching.
A lot of exploring
We're
and some
way behind
backtracking.
schedule.
I'll take it. What's it going? Sometimes games just have to do it. Can't really blame them for what they're up to. Epic music? Alright.
Born of ice and frost.
I'm down for that shit. This guy and his fucking eyeball weakness. Come on.
Like my contract.
Ganyu, please. This is the second time you've died today. I don't think it's my fault. Actually, I am right. It's not my fault that she died. Not Undertale levels of iconic, but still excellent. Yeah, I think Undertale is it's very difficult to beat. I can't see any like I can't see a game coming up and supplanting Undertale's like what they did, because part of the reason why is because some of the tropes in the music that they actually use is kind of like, I wouldn't say really obvious, but it's definitely stuff where it's just like, okay, I get it, you know? And trying to use that kind of motif again. Grief speedrun any percent. Oof. Maybe I should play a Mori on stream instead of Total War. Trying to stay through, trying to keep streamer mode on as I play a game for like 10 hours. Funny skeleton in Hootie is better than Mario. I am forced to believe you. Invulnerable to Fizz. Alright. Is it my fault she died? No, it's not. If she wanted to live, she could have just taken the alive juice. Oh, griefs. Okay, sorry. I caught up to what you meant. I I was back. I had to backtrack for a second to be like, wait a minute. Grief speedrun percent. I haven't played Amori, so I don't understand this. It's like, oh, now I get it. These little cute slimes, just chilling. Just want to suck them up with a vacuum gun and feed them carrots. Yeah. Yeah, my brain just incapable of parsing that information. I was just like, oh, a bomb. What a bizarre way to spread your seeds. To be a literal landmine. Hey, another landmine. Something I'm doing, by the way, normally these reputation grinds can be either done over here through this coordinator, or it can be done over here through this coordinator. Well, they're secretary, but same thing. The reason why I do it up north is because the land up here is so much more, they're so easy to traverse compared to the southern continent. That cliff right there, because it is random what like zone that these bounties happen in. However, in general, I've played it enough to get a feel that in the southern continent they will give me the worst fucking layouts possible by humans. I think you can get through Omori quicker with your faster uptake of RPG mechanics. That's the other thing is like, you know, I'm kind of resistant to JRPG stuff. Like my brain, I haven't like experienced it very much, so I might Oh, sweet eyeball. Oh my god, how did we miss so many times? Okay, thank god.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
But yeah, I'll see if I'll probably just, you know,
Absorption test.
or it's been. I'm trying to think, because I don't actually play that many JRPGs. I kind of only play, you know, action RPGs. In action RPGs, you can kind of cheat your way through math mechanics
Absorption test.
by either just doing something really stupid or being exceptionally stubborn. And JRPGs are much more cruel about it because they kind of require you to, you know, get what's happening. But if the effect descriptions and whatnot are so as you described, is just like it does this, then it should be pretty easy to get a handle on it. Last grind. Invulnerable to cryo and pyro, which is my only source of damage, but okay game, we'll do it. We'll do a Gene.
We may leave at any time.
We can do this.
Well, actually, yeah, this is fine. I need my necromancer. It is Easter after all. Barbara is a god tier necromancer. Yeah, this fucking layout is my favorite. It's just the entire thing takes place in this valley, and it's really easy to figure out what you need to do, because whenever you hit the, you know, the funny look around button, the thing you need to do is just right there. Although the boss will always spawn up over there by those battlements, so inevitably whenever I have to go fight him, it's always in the same kind of arena. I hope Breath of the Wild likes become a thing. I'm mixed on it because I do love the aesthetic of it is really good and all that stuff. But here's my thing though. How would it look and feel to be done badly is the question. Cuz I don't play that many bad games, at least not on purpose. But like, what if someone makes one of these or whatever and they do it kind of badly? Like, will it waste my time? Because a lot of the Breath of the Wild mechanics that I think is really interesting is the way it basically incentivizes, like, if I wasn't doing this right, and my idea was I need to go from like, or if I needed to go from like here to this waypoint to like right over here, in between these two waypoints, these symbols right here are like missions and stuff that I haven't done. And this is like, I want to say about like a sixth of the amount of stuff that actually be in between here. I've done a lot of things. These are just the ones that I indicated because I was like on my way to do something else. And I basically couldn't be bothered to like stop and do it because, you know, I was on my way to do something else and I can't stop for everything. So like the Breath of the Wild strategy of just like there's a million billion different oh, hello. You're just on this cliff over here. There's a million billion different distractions is like super fucking fun because it makes for the game, or actually playing the game is really enjoyable. But like, how do you incentivize the player, or where do you put that like grind mechanic into the game in such a way that a player is incentivized to bother to do it, right? There was a wave of inevitable popular game clones of Breath of the Wild on Steam. Craftopia is one of them, which is alright. Played with pals. Yeah, I've also heard of, what's it called? There's a couple other ones. I'm trying to think of its name.
Absorption test. I'll protect us.
Watch me autopilot through this boss fight entirely, completely, without thinking. I'm trying to think of the other Breath of the Wild clone I've seen.
Swear by my sword.
3089 is ironically a, if you go back in time, technically a Breath of the Wild clone. Despite being made several years before. Just the way the game is like organized. Phoenix Rising, that was the other one. It actually has like 4 different other subtitles, but that game has a very like kind of specific, or it has a Breath of the Wild like kind of clone feel, and the fact that you just like go from place to place, you do all these like random challenges and whatnot. Oh, we'll find our way. Imagine it's connected down here. But using the survival crafty fad and BR fad as evidence, 90% of them either broken messes, don't offer anything interesting to the formula, or will never get finished. Yeah. The game fad phenomenon is very interesting because it's something that kind of highlights something that I've noticed, where basically you have one really popular paid version and then you have one really popular free version of every like kind of genre. Like you have your CS:GO and then you have your Valorant. You have your, you have your Overwatch and then you have your well, not really TF2. That comparison doesn't work, but the idea is like, I think Dota and League of Legends was like the most obvious one, where it's like you pay for Dota, or no, Dota's free to play, I think. Oh please, no, I didn't mean to ask for rocks. Oh god. It's like 15 dialogue options or 15 dialogue things I gotta smash through. Guy'd be like, I don't know what to do with these rocks, but I'll write it down on your thingy. It's like, thanks. This information could have taken 10 times less time. Must farm rock. Yeah, no prototype. Yeah, these games are only interesting when they're wholly fleshed out worlds with endless questing and a world that changes you as you progress. Yeah, what's it called? Having a world effect is something that's really important because it's something that doesn't actually happen a whole lot. A lot of people that, or a lot of games or whatever will have like MMO worlds almost, where basically everything is static and the only time it ever changes is whenever there's a massive event or whatever. But the actual player impact on the world is so like it's so low. Let's see, here's a I don't have a bow character. I think Sucrose will be fine. Here's a lot of world impact. Normally Timmy says, why'd you scare the birds away? But if you show up and kill them in front of him, he says, you're scaring the pigeons away. Excellent. But yeah, just like just let me shape the world. And it's also something that's really funny is whenever the game has like god-rending powers or whatever, where it's just like your character is unbelievably strong, but it's just like you don't ever shape the world in any real way. It's like I don't know if I could, bash a tree, or if I could bash a tree person in half, I can probably bash a real tree in half and then start making a log cabin. I really like MMO style storytelling where there's a lot of lore as expansions come out and it progresses the story of the characters that you've interacted with. Yeah. Like ones that let you interact with characters and have fun with them. Or follow the characters through the world makes it really interesting. I think Anthem was one that was it really kind of fucked up with that because like they could have, or because it was BioWare, they could have had like really interesting fun characters, but none of the people that watched or played the game talked about how cool the characters were. They were just like kind of obsessed with the way the game was built. Wish I could just download RuneScape. Yeah. There's like a couple of, or what's it called? There's a couple MMO worlds where I could just like hang out in forever, but the developer wants me to play the game forever. It's like I don't want to do that, man. Just want to interact with the characters. Online only is our business model. Gotta do a paid service system. Or not paid service system. Live service. It's on Steam now. I don't know how well that port works. Unfortunately, I believe they put both RS3 and Old School on RuneScape, but if by playing Old School through Steam, you're kind of giving up RuneLight, which is that's a high order to ask of anyone that plays RuneScape, like, on purpose. I imagine a lot of people that play, or a lot of people that look and are just like, oh, I want to play RuneScape now. They kind of won't care that it doesn't have RuneLight, but when I played, I kind of liked having the extra data and, the cute other stuff. It's like being able to hide a couple things or whatever was really nice. It's one of those weird things where it's just the Steam version is sometimes inferior to just the normal download or whatever. Ah, damn it. We spawned inside of the shield. Let's spawn on top of the tower and see if we can glide over it. But yeah, just letting me play letting me play games in my own way is just some high order to ask sometimes. Like, this game is a big, like, kind of offender of that, because, like, look right here, whatever. This little XP mat or whatever gives, like, that much experience, so I need, like, I need 11 of them to finish out this level. But you can only farm 4 to 6 of them from the little ley line things that they do give you. And you can only do that, like, 6 times a day. And, of course, you're giving up other things that you want to do that day as well. And it's like, it's an unnecessary choice. If this game let me play it the way I want to play it, I would sit there and I'd farm, I'd farm that shit for like 60 hours and then have enough resources to level up all my characters forever. Steam didn't offer an alternative. Doesn't like 90% of the user base or player base use a third-party launcher of some kind? Why would Steam offer an alternative? I don't think there's like a reason for that.
6308.
Like putting RuneScape in front of you on Steam is about like the most that they can really offer. Like creating a Steam third-party launcher when one already exists is a lot to ask for kind of no real benefit. I'm gonna go farm rocks from the southern guy. I like chilling and talking, and I won't be able to do that during Warhammer because it's a little bit more heady. But no, like what's it called? I don't think Steam would go through the effort of creating like a third party or a third party like launcher client thing like RuneLite for RuneScape. I think the biggest reason, or the only reason that having it on there, or having what's it called, Steam having RuneScape on there would mean is anybody with a Steam gift card could use it on the thing. It looks like you can use RuneLite with Steam's OS. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Then it's just having the being able to log how many hours you have without having to talk to Hans, I guess. Can't think of any true benefit. Outside of the thing I was in the middle of saying, if you have a Steam gift card, you can buy membership with that instead of you know, the thing. Needs a little file manip. Well, unfortunately, if you're downloading a third-party client or a third-party thing for RuneScape, then you might be inside you might be the demographic that knows how to do that. Membership is way more accessible now that you can buy it through Steam. Basically renaming an exe on Steam that Steam thinks RuneLite is RuneScape. Ah. I can't, or it was Grim Dawn, I think, was another game that that I had to do that with. Because there was a third-party essentials thing where it was basically just, you know, it made rarities and stuff have different colors, and it also made it so different mods on items had different colors. Because before, whenever you looked at an item, the item would literally just be like 8 lines of text, and all the lines would be the same color, but they'd have different effects, right? Like one would be poison resist, and the other would be poison damage, and you know, eldritch damage or whatever, but it'd all be the same color. But the thing added effectively like a, what's it called? It added a system where basically I could go through and change the colors of mods, so I look at them and I'm like, okay, that's the mod I want, because it's the color I like. Which is super helpful because it's a big game with a lot of stats. It is kind of funny how often third-party developers are, you know, basically just voicelessly asked to solve the game's, or not solve the game's problems, but solve the community's issues with the game. I gotta get ready for my stream. I'll let anyone who shows up to mine know that you're streaming Warhammer here, so if they want to hang, have a good rest of the stream. See you later, Fruit. Have fun. Fruit is, I'm assuming you're still playing Twilight Princess and doing the fish, or continue to do the fishing run. Yeah. I have to go do laundry and stuff. Alright. Everybody have fun. I will be doing Warhammer, just chilling and basically recording that stuff so I can do some manipulations with it later. But thank you all for coming to the stream. I'll see you guys later. Oh, this wasn't even the right rocks. Okay, we fucking missed these rocks too. God damn it. Climbing for rocks. Climbing and hunting around for rocks. Looking for rocks. Chasing for rocks.
Back at ya.
Game join request from some guy having the main profile or main character as his profile pic? No. Nobody on my friends list has a main character as their profile picture. That's insane. Alright, let's see. Well, there's nothing left to really farm. How many books are in the battle pass actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 14, 18, 21, 30, 39, 48, 50, 64, 76, 80, 92, 96. Okay. So it's 96, and then these guys are from then on, it's 45 plus 15 again, so that'd be 60? Okay, so that's like a couple hundred. How many do I have left? Because I did consume a lot of them. Okay, yeah. Very, very expensive mistakes out here. You never know, that could have been the one. Let's see. Yeah, Razor and Amber. Okay. I think I've solved all the pressing issues. Oh, grab this lizard. Solved all the pressing issues that I wanted to solve with this particular Genshin Daily stream. Trademark. Actually have to, well, actually, I have a scene for this called, I don't. It'd be a BRB screen, maybe. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright. We're gonna close out Genshin and start to open Total War. Total War will be, of course, a new fucking campaign because I do not want to go back and try to solve my last one. We're basically be shredding through our boy. I think we want to do Prince because Everchosen's cool and all, but Prince seems to have a better understanding of what to do. I keep forgetting my mute button is not the same button as Discord. Alright, I'm back. Oh yeah, I have to do the game capture thing. Damn. There we go. Where is the report button? There is no report button. Also, half of the, what's it called? Half of the thumbnail is Total War, so no one can stop me.
Bring ruin.
Alright. Do I really want to run a Marauder army? Chosen are so much better than Marauders, though.
Spirit of Morka.
Fuck it. We'll do Everchosen. I like fire. I'm call police. You cannot call the police. They do not know where I live. They cannot stop me. No. I was like, I was, I was typing out a text or whatever, and I looked over at the stream, and I was worried that the thing finished,
Ever chosen, the
but it
Chaos
did not.
Gods,
I was silly.
mighty champion. Their lust for ruin must be sated. Use hands of the mortals to spread fear and destruction. The Norse tribes to the west.
Yeah. Okay, so that bald blind bastard is telling me basically I need to kill as many humans as I possibly can to just feel good about it. Everybody I know and love loves murder. So we're gonna do what we do every single time we play Ark on the Everchosen. First step, go over here, we smash this and make one of these better. We're gonna research the Pass of the Ruination, which is gonna cost a fuck ton of money, but it's okay, because I think the Chaos thingy doesn't cost very much. Yeah, it costs $750, which is nothing. If the game is too loud, by the way, tell me. I have no idea the sound settings on this game in particular. For Genshin, it's up properly, right? And of course, YouTube keeps yelling at me and says the audio stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate, which I don't know why it keeps telling me that, because I know audio's coming through.
Yes. Bring corruption.
Alright, so now that tribal relic is broken, we're gonna immediately declare war and start a shit fight. If you kill everyone, how do you profit off slavery? That's the thing. We're not dark elves. Dark elves profit off slavery. These guys are the warriors of chaos. They don't care. They're just looking to murder. Oh boy. So our front line is these guys. Oop, not. I didn't mean to grab that guy, but there we go. So Chaos Marauders Chaos Marauders on the left. We got Chaos Warriors in the middle. This is about the most amount of effort I'm gonna spend doing any of these what's it called? Any of these battle lines, because afterwards we're going to focus on doing a lot more proper work. Get that middle thing out of my face. So, the army's job right now, until I get my proper chosen army, this front line will create a front line, start beating up people, and then after this front line is created, we'll be walking around very slowly with the chosen and going and getting around their flanks. These guys right here will basically just, because they're a certain kind of unit that basically can pass through other units without very much difficulty. So while these guys are up in the front lines, these guys will just walk right through these guys and then start punching shit. Archeon the Everchosen has the ability to give people a fire cloak, which makes it so they don't die as quickly. We're going to be giving that to the Chaos Spawn, because Chaos Spawn have a really low melee defense compared to literally everything else. So we kind of want these guys to dodge attacks more than we want them to take damage. And of course these Marauder Horsemen, their job is to run ahead and start pelting people with spears. And then the dogs, whenever someone gets really low, the dog's job is to just eat them. So we find the people with the great weapons and we send the horsemen against them. We're going to send the dogs behind them, because behind them is the direction that most people retreat. We'd normally throw a fireball, but friendly fire is on, so we don't want to lose. Let's see, these spearmen don't have shields, so we're going to have Marauder Horsemen throw arrows against them. Same with these guys. Get these dogs kind of looped in closer. Throw more spears against these marauders. And of course, these are the Marauder Hunters over here are axe throwing guys, so they're currently causing us problems by just throwing axes at my Marauder Horsemen. But let's be real, I don't care if these Marauder Horsemen live or die, so they can do whatever they want to do. Chaos Spawn OP, heal wipes an entire Vermintide run. Yeah, I imagine the what's it called? The proper Chaos are probably really, really scary in these games, or in Vermintide, because they're fucking massive. Alright, these guys gotta cut a little bit closer corner. We're gonna send these guys over here, and then get these dogs ready to start chewing up these spearmen. So, these horsemen are gonna run against these spears. It's really shitty to do that, but I don't care about their lives. And then, of course, the dogs are gonna come in and start biting all these people as well. I'm gonna send these halberdiers against these guys. Get these horsemen disengaged from all these spearmen. Send these dogs in for another charge attack. And do that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to exploit these guys, but that's okay. Sometimes you just, you know, forget units exist. Alright, those guys have routed, so it's okay. Push them over there. Give these guys enough melee defense that they can avoid getting attacked. Alright, we'll send outer dogs there. We're going to send these dogs against the great weapons. Force these guys to fight on two fronts because their line is so thin, they'll basically die. Yeah, just try to throw a fireball off the backs of these guys. Wow. Excellent fireball hit. Not save replay. Suboptimal run, but we killed a lot of people. Halberdiers ended the game with 80 kills. These Marauders, of course, killed somebody. My Horseman got a bunch of kills, but and my cleanup dogs got a lot of kills. Chaos Spawn got a lot of kills, but Chaos Spawn will fall off as the game goes on. They, what's it called? The problem with Chaos Spawn is basically they don't have very much armor. They're a giant flesh monster, effectively. And because they're a giant flesh monster, they kind of lack the defensibility and all that stuff that comes from just being a good, easy-to-kill monster. So we're going to build the Blasphemous Icon, which allows us to recruit more people. Let's see, how many population? So we need 2 population if we want to recruit another Chaos Lord, but it will cost us a shit ton of money. And right now, this early into the stage, we don't have enough money to basically play, you know, really awful, silly games. So we just gotta do our best with what we got. So we're going to march over here at 25%, and that'll put us within enough range to go attack this guy. But we will we will start recruiting more Chaos Spawn, or Chaos Warriors, I should say. So what I did with this, instead of raising the settlement and killing all these people, which is what you'd normally want to do, I made it so they are my vassal. And because they're vassal, they'll do what I want them to do, hopefully. But they also send me money every turn, only 10% of the amount of money they make. And of course they don't make very much money because they're, you know, Marauders. There is an exploit with these guys or whatever, where basically you can declare war on them, or declare war on them endlessly and just, you know, infinitely fight them. Oh my god, they confederated that tribe. Well, I kinda needed that. I needed that for its money, but I'll take free shit. Now we'll be going at full velocity over here because we want to go kill these dwarves. Yeah, this guy's just a bunch of miners.
It is decreed by me.
I'm gonna put ourselves right over here. Here's Throth the Unclean.
Chaos thing. Stupid experiment.
Throth the Unclean doesn't like us, but he'll like us eventually. He gets negative 30 because we just don't like him, but he does like us because we're at war with every faction that he doesn't like. Oh shit, they fucking... I guess they escaped. That's unusual. Anyway, we're gonna blow this town up. Okay. So, normally what I do is auto-resolve that because it's obviously just a done deal, but I kind of want to fight it that way I know how hardy dwarves are. Because an issue I'm going to have later is, or I'm going to have to fight a bunch of dwarves later, so I might as well kind of get an estimation of what I'm going up against. So we'll start on top of the hill and then just run down. All those guys over there, and these guys right here. Have the marauders hassle those guys, and then we'll send the dogs behind. That way it forces them to choose between having their line pointing my way or pointing their way. I'll just throw a cheeky fireball into just the group of them. Right there, right there, right there. You guys charge into that, right there. We'll send these guys around. Well, send them around properly. We'll have the dogs line up over here just to start chewing on any dwarves that get too far. Let's see, dwarves have a speed of 28, and we have a speed of 28. What's your favorite chaos unit? I want to say it's a toss-up. So my absolute favorite chaos unit in general is the probably the Hell Cannon, to be honest. Because whenever I get to use the Hell Cannon, I'm having a good time. But the what's it called? More than the Hell Cannon, probably the Chosen, because of just how they work. They're effectively just a wall of flesh, or they're a wall of armor and, you know, evil that cannot be fucking broken. So you end up having a really good, solid army of people that basically just stand in your way. This guy has the Chosen great weapons, but the preferred Chosen I like are the ones with shields. Because they take less damage from projectiles, so they get to close in the distance a lot better. And generally have a little bit more armor. Great weapons, of course, more melee attack, more damage, but you know, we take what we got. Hey, the Helm of Discord. Also, we found the true evil of the run, the fucking Winter Tooth. They're gonna be really annoying later.
Speak too slow.
Join me. Yes. Alright. Them, non-aggression pact with the Skaven means that they will basically be really nice to me forever. Alright, looks like the dwarves are holding up in their dwarven hole.
Magic is chaos.
Ooh. Which kind of wizard are you? I think that's Dark Wizard. Searing Doom. Oh, he's a metal wizard. Nice. Vermintide incoming. Basically. I want to be friends with the Skaven, mostly because they're very convenient allies. they're pretty much endlessly at war with the same factions that we're at war with. So it's really easy to just keep fucking holding on to them. Oh, there comes a fucking another one of those goddamn
You know nothing.
Marauder units coming down the hill.
I am the chosen of the gods.
Okay, so I gotta choose between killing this guy or attacking the town. If I attack the town's defended, but not that defended.
Big on.
But if I attack this guy, then that's extra money. Skulls for the Skull Throne.
Spirit of war.
Yeah, it's a hard pick, but I think I'm gonna siege the town.
Wipe that out.
It's so likely, or the balance of power is kind of a lie because they have a bunch of missile infantry, and the missile infantry are pretty strong because they can rip through my armor. But there's many more of me than there are of them. So I kind of just need to I need to get up onto the walls as soon as possible and then immediately start wrecking through their stuff. So we're gonna do these two guys are gonna be up here. These guys, and these guys are all gonna be back here. The towers or whatever, their range is pretty much the entire map, so I can't exactly put them I can't set up my troops outside of their range. But I can set them up so far that I can start walking them back and forth, and then they'll be less likely to take damage. But we want to put these Marauders over here. Their job will be to attack. Forgot there's battlements or these piles of garbage in front of these walls, so you can't set up ladders. Okay, these guys will be climbing up these ladders and hopefully getting over there. These three Chaos Warriors, their job will be to run over here, climb up on this wall, this wall, this wall. And these four will be climbing up, or this guy right here will be attacking the middle with Archeon and the metal guy. This guy will be climbing up this wall. Actually, we'll do that right there. Against that wall. Actually, I think this wall... Nah, it's not scalable. Either way, this ladder, that ladder, that ladder, these guys ladder, and then we're gonna send Archeon and the wizard against this. And then whenever the door's broken, I'm gonna start sending in my my heavy hitting guys and have them start assaulting the walls. So it'll be a two-phase attack where basically they will eventually lose if they keep playing against me. Against the wall, against the wall, against the wall. You guys apparently get to go up a fresh wall with no shenanigan. But ideally, if these Marauders get up this wall, they can climb over to this gate and then open the door. And if they open the door, then that's just like a bunch of time saved. There we go. Just crush them.
This world will die.
The wizard himself is a decently strong unit, but you know, he's a wizard. And it's just nothing I can do there. Unfortunately, it's a siege, so you lose units on the way in. There's nothing you can really do to stop that. Karzan Stormbreaker, Axe Infantry, Charged Defense against large foes, armored and shielded. They seem like they're going to be an interesting match for these, what's it called? These Marauders. There they go, climbing up the hills, or the mountain walls. It's effectively a mountain. Doors lives in mountains. I'm gonna drop more rocks onto their heads. Warband only, or warband strat, use only one ladder. I mean, it's almost how it is, because like 4 or 5 ladders to get up an entire army of this is 100 dudes, right? Trying to climb up 5 ladders. Let's go. Yeah, you guys go up your own fresh ladder. Set up on the gatehouse, please. Actually, set up there. Set up. We'll get those guys set up, and then. All right. So the door's broken. I'm gonna set this guy up just slightly outside of the door. So, this is what we call a fucking meat grinder, where there's like 11,000 fucking dwarves and like 100 of our soldiers, and we're just gonna basically be sitting here bashing them to death until they get out of here. Occasionally supplemented by our metal wizard throwing down metal.
See who wields true.
There we go. But we want to beat past these people, because if we beat past them, we can immediately start throwing in more soldiers. How is this? Oh, I know why this gate, or the gatehouse is controlled by the opponent, because I am not standing in this area. Apparently you have to be standing here instead of on top of the gatehouse.
For chaos! Get them!
But if we're lucky and get control over this, then sending these guys in will be really easy. I have to convince all my soldiers that they should be attacking the other people on the walls and not just staring at them. Oh, this looks like a terrible group. Rest in peace, all these dwarves. They had lives and families. Alright, these I'm gonna send these chaos dudes over here, because the dwarf warriors that are holding this are thinning out pretty well, so we should be good. Give these guys a fire cloak so they're easier to survive. They're short, so rocks gain more speed before hitting them. Yeah. It's like unfortunately the rocks probably hit terminal velocity, but they are definitely down there beforehand. Alright, so we're gonna send these guys over here to start mopping up the remaining people. But they're very tired, they're running out of vigor, so we're gonna have them chill before we start getting start moving them out moving them out. Alright, we gotta get this stuff over here, because the open the doors, are you kidding? I know it's dwarven machinery, but come on, open the doors. Alright, we'll set these guys up over here, and they should throw their arrows. We'll send the dogs this way, that way they can start chewing through these various people.
What? Marauder horsemen!
All right. Thankfully, the Marauders don't have to live very long. The chaos spawner here.
Get that old stone crunching and get drinking!
Yeah, we're definitely the good guys. It doesn't know how to attack those people, and it kind of makes sense because it says they have 0 soldiers. Alright, well. Apparently our boys don't have anybody to fight, so let's solve that. I mean, I would retreat too if it's a choice between dying to this fucking flailing monstrosity or being hit with falling rocks. Damn, one of the miners got 45 kills. Their lord, of course, got nothing because he was too busy chilling in the back trying to protect the capture point instead of joining us in the fight. Granted, I don't blame him because I was literally going to, you know, it looked like I was basically going to get around him, but I didn't. Alright, so we're gonna upgrade Tribes of Chaos. The reason why we're putting so many points into this is because Archaon's job as a army is to be basically a fucking nightmare group of people that'll run around the battlefield, or running around the campaign map killing people consistently. But more than that, I want him to be able to spawn whole armies and then continuously just duplicate soldiers. And he cannot do that unless we get all of our stuff set up. I'm gonna let my vassals set up or get more soldiers before I send them against these the marauding bands here. Wintertooth declared war on him. How unfortunate. Underway interception. Oh boy. This man's trying to use the wheelchair accessible route. I'm sorry, buddy. But we can hear your fucking stomping and your shouting. So this is going to be one hell of a grind. Alright, we're going to try our goddamn best. Granted, we didn't have to accept this fight, but we kind of really want to, because this is the last of this army that we need to fight. So we just need to, you know, kill him. We're gonna walk slowly towards them, and what's it called? Once we start seeing, oh, that's bad. Okay, guys, we're gonna stop walking. We are a menacing force, or menacing tide, but we kind of need to speed it up. I'll get these Marauder horsemen behind their lines so we can start eating their grudge throwers, because they're currently hitting us with rocks. So this guy has the ability to overcast the spell now, which does more damage. And it'll be really, really convenient in a couple seconds whenever we need to do that. These are really... It's something that's kind of a side effect of the Chaos Army, is they're so heavy and they're so slow. Which is why Archeon the Ever-Chosen gets bonuses to Chaos Knights, so later, whenever I want to kill all these people, I can get a bunch of horses.
Now is our time! Charge them! What's that?
Kind of leaving their grudge throwers undefended, but we'll solve that.
Chaos Marauders! Fine!
All right, we'll send these chaos around the corner. We're waiting until battle lines form before we start dropping rocks, because we want the rocks to be as effective as possible, basically. Alright, looks like the grudge throwers are gone. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I fucked up his charge bonus by doing that. Alright, then we Chaos Flame these guys, that way they're harder to kill in melee. I'm gonna send this chosen army through this hole right here. Let's see. We want a tighter spread on these rocks. Unfortunately, our Marauders are dying, but that's okay. You'll see why later we don't bother with the Marauders. Alright, Chosen are behind enemy lines, so we're gonna send them for a charge bonus against these guys. Cutting them down while they're running. Alright, Chosen, focus on the Lord there. Archeon, I need you to focus on the Lord. Let's clear up this clusterfuck. Apparently these guys are having trouble getting through these dwarves. Well, now there's less dwarves. Alright, have these dogs chase down those guys. Not worth sending our best and brightest there.
Slay every mortal at your command. Undivided. Chaos Sorcerer.
Unfortunately, our dogs are routing. We need a fresh, or what's it called? Okay, we got this guy.
All will be despoiled.
Oh, never mind. There's no battle left.
Death.
Good old fireworks. But yeah, very effective fight. We didn't kill everybody, but it's okay. They basically conceded by running out of people. And with their surrender, we will follow it up with a good old what's it called? We will. I think this is the last Dwarven army. Oh yeah, it's probably something worth noting. Because it was an underway battle, they basically lose. Archeon, how you doing? Okay? He's just checking out that rock over there. But yeah, we'll stab him in the dick for money. Faction destroyed. That is the first faction we've destroyed so far. Let's let me see if I can pull up some fucking text real quick. Let's see. I don't want to be that big. Jesus Christ, that's some big text. I don't know what I'm grabbing, but I don't want to grab that either. Control Z doesn't work. Oh no. Alright, we'll do a... make it slightly more compact and put it up here in the top left, which I think it'll do the least amount of damage. Boom. Factions ended 1. We've successfully destroyed, single-handedly destroyed a single faction so far. Actually, I want to say that we've destroyed 2. Where's our history? Event messages, I got that. Damn, no former factions list. I think the list is 2. Oh, here we go, records. Okay, I remember now. We didn't destroy that faction. Our allies or whatever confederated that faction. So, you know, it's almost as good. We'll do metal shifting. Every time this guy casts a spell, everybody on the battlefield will get armor piercing or increased armor piercing damage. The final layer of Tribes of Chaos. They will go up to 25%. Marching over here. We don't have enough population. We got 2 more turns. But that's okay. We got another faction to get rid of.
Meat flesh. Get in my gut.
Would you like a medium gift, Frothy Unclean? He's a nice guy, you know. He's got some problems. Oh my god, they left their city undefended. That's gonna be amazing for us. That's a bunch of free money. It's either A, free money, or B, it's going to be a free faction. Yeah, we're declaring war. Oh, that's why. It's because the other faction is actually becoming quite powerful. But that's okay. We'll fucking depose Throg. Poor guy. I wish you could confederate factions that weren't yours, but, you know, it how it be. So as you can tell, over the couple of turns, we've managed to get our Chaos Army list from, like 4 guys up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at a maximum of 90,000 soldiers. We also have some extra chosen and whatnot, but the big deal is we have 1,000,000 soldiers. Alright, so we have these horsemen and stuff up front, that way they can immediately spot the enemies, and then we'll have this front line to get up on this hill. Alright, we're gonna send these dogs behind. Well, not that far behind. We're not savages. We'll throw some arrows against these marauders. These guys have medium shields, but that's okay. Alright. So, we are waiting until we get a battle line set up again. And once we do, we'll have an easy time just using Searing Doom to just shred them to pieces. Another reason why we want to wait for battle lines as well is if we wait for battle lines, the armor piercing damage bonus that we're going to be accruing will actually matter. Send this guy here, right here, here. Send these guys over here. Send these Marauder horsemen back, that way they don't get in too much trouble. Once they're over here, we'll send them over here and tell them to attack these guys.
Chaos sorcerer.
Alright. Ooh. Double cast. Get a big AoE here. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. Alright, these dogs gotta run in. Their job. Their job would be hunting down these spearmen and keeping them from getting all their not their stamina, but definitely their emotional energy back.
Chaos is magic. Going.
Activate metal shifting again. Spears. That's the first route. Yeah, they're completely out of their leadership is gone. Something worth noting is armies that you're fighting against, their leadership will they'll get negative 120% leadership, or not percent, but flat negative 120 if they lose too many of their own forces. And once army losses is triggered, that's usually about when it's over, because they don't have any soldiers left to defend themselves, and then every one of their soldiers immediately just decides, I quit. It's no longer worth it to be part of this army. Alright, awaken another army. Let's see, do I want rust or do I want dogs? I think I want, or well, let's get Searing Doom even more damage. It's a hell of a good skill right now, and it's kind of worth keeping it up. Yeah, all those bonuses past that one are not great. We're going to start leveling up. Yeah, Hearts of Iron. I completely forgot that was a feature. Hearts of Iron reducing the vigor loss for our army is very convenient because we kind of tire very quickly.
Northmen come.
So that'll be ideal.
Tribesmen.
I don't know why this guy has a raiding camp inside of his own fucking domain. Oh, never mind. He just got done destroying something, so he's just having a good time. But yeah, ideally, what we're doing is we're going to keep leveling up Archeon the Everchosen by killing all these people. And once he has enough once we have enough money, no, $600 to, I can get so much more money by murdering. Wintertooth has convinced Varg to join their confederation. Very interesting considering they were losing that war. Or they literally just lost their capital, but alright. We have enough population surplus to build the next tier of building. So of course we're going to do that. Hey Throg, how you doing? The next building that we want is this, actually. The Planet Run trophies, this gives us Chaos Knights. And inevitably Chaos, or the Chaos Lances, which once we get those, fighting open air battles will be really easy. Because we get the ability to basically chase people down. Another unfortunate confederation. That's okay. As long as our vassals don't get confederated, we're fine.
Speak quick faster. Experiment
cool.
tester.
We're in a military alliance with the Skaven. Such a wonderful life we're leading.
This is decreed by me. Go now.
Alright, here we are. Assumedly, Throg's going to probably try to run away, but if he doesn't, then we get a fight. Changed to ambush stance like right behind me. I don't think that wasn't very nice.
What could you possibly offer me?
Weren't you fucking what's it called? Confederated? Lure of Dark Promises. Bad idea right now, but might as well. Should we go and try to trigger that ambush? Let's trigger that ambush. There we go. Opportunity to intercept. See, that was kind of bizarre, because the guy obviously wanted me to ambush me, but it's like, you know. It's like, really, dog? You think I'm that fucking blind? Alright, here we go.
That's what the masters bid.
I'm gonna set these guys up forward, that way they can immediately sprint around their army and start harassing them. Chaos Spawn and other devils in the front. Army of friends. I'll set these guys up behind this time, that way they can just more conveniently make a route around if we need to.
Yes, Lord.
Ooh.
Marauder horsemen.
Norskin Ice Wolves.
Now. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately these dogs are gonna be a real shit show. Interesting fighting against an opponent using the same things that I got.
Undivided. Chosen.
Alright, we're gonna get these anti-large guys against Throg and his friends.
Move forth. Bring us the carnage. Wreck and ruin. Seas of blood.
Get these guys going there. Get these guys going there. Alright, let's get some armor-piercing damage going.
I don't need my sword to strike you down. Chosen. Blood for the blood god. My master's call. Moving.
Get that guy there. And of course send the Chaos Spawn in against Throg. Should be enough.
We serve the god. What?
Unfortunately, those ice trolls are just not enough.
Faster! Cinches many glories. Running. Tremble, mortals. Nobles, pestilent glory.
Yeah, didn't even get a whole guy there.
For bloody glory. Obliterate them. Deliver
Jesus. Barely even slowed down those trolls at all.
Ah! Give us carnage! Pick up your throwing axes! Throw it!
Oh, Throg did. This is
Abomination awakes!
a slowly deteriorating fight. Had the wolves finish up those ones.
Slay every wolf! Chaos sorcerer! Yes! Kill them! Imbibe their souls! Eye of the god! Archeon! That's the master's bid! Chosen!
Yeah, that clusterfuck has got that stuff under control. Yeah, this is fucking good. I have the high ground. Yeah.
Death! Chaos sorcerer!
Ooh, well. Unfortunately, we clipped only a couple people, but this this Marauder smash is about to be all we need to do. Yeah, army losses. A decisive victory. Howdy Karen, welcome to the stream. We finished all of our Genshin dailies earlier, so we're just playing Warhammer. Since it's, you know, Sunday, Day of our Lord. They didn't tell me which one, so I figure it's the Chaos Lord. A bunch of blood money, and then we can sacrifice them for even more blood money. We could eat them for life, but I'm of the opinion that if my soldiers die, then they kind of deserved it. Give more armor to my soldiers. Give me an option to increase my my damage there.
There'll be a reckoning.
Ooh, we get to attack this town with the might of our army. Fortify up our troops, that way we have less stuff to worry about. Now this looks like a good fight. I don't know why Throg is even agreeing to fight this fight, because he is so low on health that I think I can just throw a single fireball into his life. Although he is a troll, so he might actually live if I hit him, or before I hit him with the fire. So they're coming from this direction, which means I'm gonna set all my, we're gonna set the B team up over here. And then we're gonna send the, send our A team over here. We're gonna have all these guys, these guys. This is a good formation of just general soldiers. They have to fight an army that's significantly bigger than themselves, but they'll be fine. Anti-large there. Send these marauders against these people. Throw some arrows against these ones. Send these hunters to death. Yeah, Throg is a 4 HP, so he kind of died. We want their eyes. Alright, send these dogs around. Hopefully they can catch up to these guys. Alright, how's this army going? Yeah, we need the Chaos Spawn not to immediately sprint after these guys. Looks like they're trying to flank us, but our kind of formation's a little bit too deep, so even if they do flank us, they won't get through us. Yeah, I'll take this horse, or this dog fight.
Undivided. Skulls for the skull's road. Obliterate
Yeah, they got Marauder Horsemen. But we got a wizard. Alright, glittering scales on himself. We kind of need the avoid dying here.
at your command. Scales, warriors. Scales for the scales.
Alright, how is this clusterfuck going down here?
The dark gods command me.
Looks like the Marauders are having trouble keeping up with the all the soldiers they have to fight.
Move fast. Running. Kill them all. Yes. Faster. We fight.
Alright, get the try to keep those dogs from dying.
Horsemen.
Send those horsemen against those horsemen. Should be enough time for activate another bombardment.
Take this. For the chaos. Go. Running.
Unfortunately, now their line is thinning out, so we're gonna send more of our chaos soldiers or whatever. Start pinching in on them.
Imbibe their souls.
The Marauder Berserkers are berserking. Let's see, anybody in a bad melee? You guys are. Let's see, our horsemen coming up? Yeah.
Kill them all.
Unfortunately, our Chaos Spawn are dead. They, I don't know where they are, but they're having a bad time. Oh, there they are. Yeah. Unfortunately, they were probably a little bit too outmatched. I'll just have them withdraw from the fight, that way they don't get consumed.
All within Esquire. Archer on.
Wizard? More rocks, please.
See who wields true. Arms. This was not meant to be.
Looks like our Chaos Spawn died. Was a brutal fight to take, but I feel confident about us still winning.
Ravage them. We'll be back. Die in arcane fire. Moving. Going. Moving. Chaos Sorcerer. Your mortal magics are nothing. Undivided.
Alright, we're gonna send the wizard in. He's not a very amazing combatant, but he's definitely durable enough. Unfortunately, our Winds of Magic is depleted, so all we got is, you know, melee defense.
Chaos is magic. My master's call. Eye of the gods. Go fast. Obliterate them. Nurgle's pestilent glory.
Oh, they're being, or what's it? There's where the spears are coming from. I was wondering why those guys, or well, I know why they're taking 300 hours to get to the battle because they're slow, but man, I didn't realize they were being shot in the back by these hunters. Victory! I'm thinking it's probably a close victory. Pyrithic. Oh, that's even worse. We suffered a lot of death there, but it's okay because they died even more. Now, if we're lucky, we can activate, or we can awaken a tribe here, and if we're lucky and get to awaken a tribe, then that will mean we have nah, damn, loot and raise. Awakening a tribe would have been really nice because we would have gotten some immediate defense, but we'll be fine here. Give more options there. But we will get a population point next turn. Can't do anything with it, but we will get it. So now we want more money from blowing things up. And despite how it makes no sense, we're going to actually march in deeper into enemy territory. Because we are of the opinion that we're most likely going to find something to kill. And look, there's a Fellman Ingerson right there. Yeah, whatever. I'll give you money. I have to give that guy money, otherwise he'll hate me. I kinda need his emotional support. He's the only buffer between me and the Empires of Man. Let's see. Melee resistant, or projectile resistance. It looks like probably... Yeah, we'll do halberds or whatever. Give them projectile resistance. Now we could retreat, but I feel like he would just fight me again. There's a lot of marauders, but not very many to worry about. The berserkers will probably be a problem, and we do have some ranged units that we're going to have to fight. But the good news is he's trying to fight me, so I can do this. Set up on the high ground.
Chaos Sorcerer!
Marauders right there. Vanguard guys are right here. My big, most important guys right there. It's alright, guy. You have to attack me, so you might as well come and chase me over here. So what are we looking at? We're looking at... There's a ranged guys, there's a berserkers. They have 120 people in every group, and I have about 40. So we'll see how this goes.
Chaos comes! Slay every mortal! Marauder horsemen! What? Charge them! Charge! Chaos Marauders! Green corruption! Slanish is perverse glory! Running!
Alright, we'll send these guys over there.
Horns bloody glory! Do not meddle in my destiny! Chaos Sorcerer! Six is boom! Undivided! Deliver slaughter! Kill them all!
Send Ever Chosen against their lord.
Yes! Kill them! Kill them! Deliver slaughter! Chaos Sorcerer! Death! Marauder Horsemen! Chosen!
Unfortunately, it looks like our Chosen are being worn down.
Obliterate! Yes! Arcane might to me! Invade their souls! End them! Yes! Retreat! Chaos Sorcerer! This world will die! Deliver slaughter! Now is our time! Mortal fool! Fire the gods!
Alright. They're retreating, but we can't sit there and, play the,
Chaos gods!
chase everybody down with our incredibly slow infantry game.
Chaos Sorcerer! Go it!
Send the Sorcerer against these Marauders.
Lord of the end times! My blade hungers! Ravage them! All will be hell! Take this, mortals!
Let's go. They should take enough army losses from this single spell to give up. Army losses. Yeah, got him. It's really hard to defeat Chaos. They're very meaty. They don't like to die. Yeah, our Chosen or whatever, fucking thousands and thousands of damage dealt. Almost as much damage dealt as my fucking Wizard. If they had shields, they wouldn't have killed as many people, but they would have ended the fight with a lot more health.
There'll be a reckoning!
Oh my god, Winds of Magic is completely consumed. Oops.
Chosen of the gods!
Not having very much Winds of Magic will be a problem. Alright, we're gonna consolidate some of these groups so they can survive the fight.
Now the end times come!
Because, oh lordy,
Hail the slaughter!
we are not done with you, homie. It's one thing to attack us, it's another thing to attack us and think you can get away. His Marauder Horsemen will be a problem, naturally, but his main army will die long before his horsemen have a chance to do anything interesting.
Undivided!
Group these guys. We'll have our we'll have our main sick soldiers out up in front.
Chaos Marauders!
And then we'll have our this setup right here. We're basically we'll march forward with these guys, surround them with our actual soldiers,
Quick!
and then follow up with these
To the
ones.
slaughter! Archaon!
guy's got a long walk ahead of him.
Finch's will. What? That's what the master's bid? My God's call. Archeon! Greatless hopes! Archeon!
Oh, time to force them to move.
Chaos Marauders! Fight! Ha! Ah! Eye of the gods! Chosen! What do you bid? Die in arcane fire!
Thankfully, our wizard was smart and managed to swing or get a one good swing in before he got overwhelmed. Oh, looks like our medium group right here seems to be all we need to send them down. Probably 4 or 5 people die and then everything ends. Yeah. Easy victory. But yeah. It was just an easy, fun chaos stream. I'll probably use this save whenever we continue it next time just to have something fun to keep on. Or keep going with in case Genshin runs out of content.
Julian's eye guides me.
Banner of Swiftness. Just go really quickly.
Forward unto slaughter! It is decreed by me.
There we go. Now we can recruit more Chosen with great weapons. These people, the aspiring champions, they are notable for having 4 more Swede and Vanguard deployment. But I've never been in a situation to really get to use them. They seem very what's it called? They seem kind of shit. Like, I get why they exist, but they're just nowhere near as good as like regular troops. And there's also, or worth noting, that regular armies have like 100 dudes. There's only 16 in these champion groups. So it's like, they're cool. They got something going for them, but it's just nowhere near as ridiculous or as strong as just having another stack of even more chaos people that you have to fight through. Plague of Rust. Let's give ourselves options rather than refining what we got. Let's save on that one. Actually, we probably should name these ones. Name it Genshin Stream. That way, whenever we go back to it, we know which one we gotta hit play on. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching or sticking around or get all the way to the end of this. Like and subscribe as always. But yeah, see you all next time.